Always so important in this format to get off to a good start. A lot of responsibility on these two. Philippoussis to get us underway.
Oh, what a first point! That'll help settle TJ's nerves, because he will be nervous out here. For those of you who haven't seen Johansson play of late, a world-class backhand. Forehand's a slightly weaker wing, and was always renowned as being a player with probably one of the biggest serves, if not the biggest serve, for a relatively short guy.
Oh, what a lovely shot. He's no doubles partner of yours, isn't he?
He is. Former doubles partner. I wish I'd latched onto him early on in my career. I mean, just such easy power, Jason. What a start this could be.
It's a big serve. An opportunity to touch base with the Royals captain, JL Diaga. JL, it's Jason Goodall alongside Robbie Koenig here. Just give us your thoughts initially on your order of play today.
Well, we thought it was the first day it was pretty good for us to start with the legends and then Martina. Today we thought that after last night, I mean, Kate came out playing doubles, he was warmed up and he was ready to play when in the men's singles. So we thought that we'll put Thomas and Feliciano against each other when they're both cold. And hopefully that will give us a little bit of an edge.
And JL bringing Thomas in early on. Looks like a good decision already with the early break. What's the thinking there, given how well Goran's played?
Well, Goran's played really well, but, you know, there's 8 matches and, you know, we've got to give the older guys a little bit of a break. And I also think that, you know, obviously Thomas returns really well. And, you know, with Mark's big serve, we need to give ourselves an edge there.
And what about Pablo Cuevas coming in to play some mixed doubles today?
Yeah, we're just mixing it up a little bit, also giving Danny a little bit of a break. I think Pablo's been great for the team, and he played really well in doubles. And I think the way he's hitting the ball, he can be very dangerous in the mixed.
And finally, Kirsten Flipkens was the hero yesterday for the Aces, and Martina struggled in the singles. So did you have your work cut out yesterday to try and rebuild Martina's confidence?
Well, I don't think, you know, she's short of confidence. She was just a little, you know, she played against a great player yesterday, and, you know, she doesn't play a lot of singles, so the legs are a little tired. And but she says she feels a lot better today, and I think today also she'll have a little bit more time playing against Flipkens. So they play totally different. She played totally different from Jankovic, so it's going to be an interesting match. A lot of variety and skill there.
And JL, just one thing, what's it like? Obviously, when you're a captain and things are going well, you're winning, team talks are easy. What about yesterday evening after that tight loss? Not easy to deal with. What's the team talk like as the captain?
Well, Rob, I mean, it's not easy to lose a match like last night, but if you think about it, you know, we lost 6 3-all points yesterday, and, you know, we lost a 3-all point on winning the mixed doubles 6-2, a 3-all point to win the men's doubles, you know, 6-2. So there was a lot of chances. I mean, even you know, Thomas, you know, he lost 3-all points on his serve. I mean, Kate just played unbelievable. So, you know, those things happen in this format. You just move on.
Well, thanks so much for joining us, JL, and best of luck today.
Thanks, Jace. Thanks, Rob.
Slider out wide on the deuce court. He's one of the best in the business. I'll be using that a fair bit today. Keep an eye out for that one.
And this is a big game, isn't it? You've broken initially, built up a bit of momentum. The last thing you want to do is then surrender your serve immediately thereafter. It's nicely done. It's interesting listening to JL talk about needing to rest the legends this season. It's so nice to have a couple in the squad, isn't it?
Yes, so 2 legends in each squad. Yeah, it's important to rotate, just like a good football manager would do.
Deciding point here. A little tentative there, perhaps. And a nice bonus for Johansson. Off to an absolute flyer. And even though Philippoussis has an excellent record in this competition, Robbie, we did listen in at the change of ends the other day, and you know, he does get a little nervous as well, doesn't he? Everybody likes to play themselves in, and you haven't got a lot of time to do so. One set format. Speed of the court here, Robbie, favouring Johansson in this matchup?
Yeah, probably. I mean, both these guys have got some big weapons on them. It's relatively slow. I think with the forehand, it just gives Thomas a bit more time to set up on that particular ground stroke.
39.
Speaking of big serves, I mean, Mark's action has almost remained unchanged, and same as far as the results are concerned. How good is that?
I remember watching him as an 18-year-old for the first time when he came over and played the junior event at Wimbledon, and I couldn't believe how big his serve was. First and seconds, there was no difference between the two. Incredible. I mean, he was this size as an 18-year-old, and bigger, if anything, in terms of width. And formidable. What he knew he was going to.
Time.
Yes, and of course you play Let's here. What are the other main differences for those tuning in for the first time, Robbie?
Yeah, we have something called a power point, folks, and that counts 2 for the receiving team. In other words, it's worth double. You only get 1 of those a set. You can get substitutions. Again, only 1 per set. And deciding point at deuce, we've already had 1 of those.
15.
And the receiver has choice of sides there, don't they?
Correct.
You see the movement off the court there. We were actually courtside with Thomas the day before the matches started, and he said that was the case. If you hit the slider on serve or a fair bit of kick on it, it would respond. But once the rally got underway, it was a little slower, the court. It's important to understand how to use the conditions.
Of course, living in Monte Carlo,
40-15.
Johansson gets to practice with a fair few players. So before coming out here, had a couple of hits with Grigor Dimitrov, was very impressed as far as his off-season conditioning was concerned. He hit with Jeremy Shardy as well.
Okay.
And of course, he's had some coaching roles on the ATP World Tour as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, this season with David Goffin. Again, it also helps to keep you sharp when you're hitting with these guys who are currently on the tour. And we can see the benefits of that in the opening 4 games here for him and his team.
$15.
Meaty blows on serve
want to say that's six first serves in a row now. 4 from the previous game, 2 in this one if memory serves. Just starting to find some nice rhythm now.
Those don't come back.
Game,
No matter who's on the other side of the nets.
UA Royals lead 3.
So Johansson, who's made the better of the starts here. Break up, 3-2.
Really good. Last 2 serves, like you reach up.
Of support for Philippoussis, urging him to be a little more aggressive when returning. Johansson with a break. Up 3-2.
Another excellent point. Oh, starting with that sliding serve out wide. It's got so much work, Jason. Great use of the legs in the serve and good rotation. Would like that one over. He was trying to pass the ball to the ball kid, thinking the rally was over, but it wasn't.
Oh, Philippoussis will fancy a challenge there. He thought it was wide.
The right far sideline ball was called.
Playing with no umpire, he called that out, right? Yes, just enough spin on there.
30-15.
That's good length. Philippoussis has found it difficult to any kind of rhythm when returning so far.
He hasn't been allowed to be aggressive, which is his natural game. He's defending a lot in the rallies because of the length that Johansson is putting on. I mean, that serves a joke, isn't it?
So much movement on it.
So funny when you're playing doubles. You know, if Thomas was generally serving for the set or the match, he'd just say, Robbie, first point, I'm hitting that one out wide, 15-love. Let's worry about the second point. That was the best feeling, knowing that 9 times out of 10 he would hit his mark and point would be done and dusted.
And of course, you did lose a hefty chunk of the prize money if you went out wide and you got passed up the line, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was the only thing I had to really worry about, Jason. Such a pleasure being on the same side of the court as him.
Feel. Did well there because he almost lost concentration midway through the rally.
He did. Got cornered. I mean, this is an incredibly difficult shot.
Because he's got to put the brakes on there, can't touch the net. What a return. Read the serve beautifully. Not enough width on it. You can see the difference when Johansson hits that slider. It's always moving away from Philippoussis. His hit with more pace, less spin, right into the hitting zone.
40-15. Ladies and gentlemen, UAE Royals have called a Coca-Cola power point.
Power point time.
It's got 2 points to the receiving team.
As the umpire suggests, worth 2 for Johansson only.
Return. Absolutely sensational. What a debut this has been for Thomas Johansson.
UAE Royals.
He's hardly put a foot wrong, and he leads Mark Philippoussis 5 games to 2 now.
2 aces in there and a fair few unreturns. Got a strong feeling he might start going there on the first point, Jason. Let's check it out. That time going
15 love.
with the change-up. That's where the good servers are so good. They just know when to change things up. They have this gut feel for a situation.
Fault.
Just hasn't come to grips with the Johansson serve.
Ladies and gentlemen, Indian Aces have called a Coca-Cola power point. The next point is worth 2 points to the receiving team.
So a chance for Philippoussis to get somewhat back into a game on the Johansson serve.
Oh, he's made it. Johansson's not so sure.
UAE Royals challenging the call on the
What was your gut feel there, Robert?
Wide. Don't know if Mark came around the side of the ball enough here. Oh, he did. I would have definitely called it out if I was serving. I'd be so tight.
30.
This makes this game a lot more interesting now.
Oh, he read the slider that time, didn't he?
What a return.
30-40.
At the end of his range, not trying to do anything spectacular. Just a good, accurate bunt.
Every game counts, doesn't it? So big point this. He tried to be aggressive.
Yes, deciding
Quite got the
point.
feet in the right position. Gotta pick and choose your moments if you're going to unload. So deciding point also gives Johansson an opportunity to wrap things up here.
Such a good dig from Philippoussis.
Game.
I mean, that thing only just went over the net. Asked a tough question of Johansson.
It's a massive swing, isn't it? You win the set there 6-2. 4 games is a lot to make up over the course of 5 sets. Doesn't sound like much, but it is. Historically, we know that. Philippoussis gets the hold here. Worst case scenario, it's just 2 games, isn't it?
Love 15. 15.
Because just speaking about their previous game, the whole dynamic of this set has possibly changed because of an intelligent use of the power point. Obviously, he's capitalized by playing a good point.
Hanson's returned well off the backhand because that thing there had a lot of kick on it. Down nicely as Kirsten Flipkins has been outstanding. Opening couple of days here, just warming up nicely.
Yeah, 2 matches played, 2 matches won, and a very crucial one yesterday.
Can't come in on that. Should know better.
Yeah, especially to this guy's backhand.
15-40.
No panic there from Johansson. Nice variation on the backhand. Big target, but he hit it nice and aggressively. More opportunities here to win this opening set.
$30-40.
Oh, he's read it! What a strike! And what a set of tennis that was from Thomas Johansson. What a debut in the IPTL.
16-3.
He beats Mark Philippoussis handily, 6-3. What a start for the UAE Royals.
Oh, wow. Man, when you see two legends are playing as well as Ivanisevic and Johansson did in the opening matches, that'll give Coach